In the following video, Chris Wills from the Farm Service Agency describes FSA's farm loan programs. In this short video, Chris will describe how these loans can help your farm business through 3 scenarios. Columbia Land Conservancy and Dutchess Land Conservancy's Farmer-Landowner Match Program seeks to increase farmland access for farmers. We accomplish this through our land matching program by helping farmers purchase land and a resource program that educates farmers and landowners with web-based services, one-on-one consultations, and an annual down-to-earth workshop series.
Hello, my name is Chris Wills, and I'm a Farm Loan Officer for the USDA Farm Service Agency. Who is the Farm Service Agency, or FSA? FSA is an agency within the USDA that is responsible for implementation and monitoring of ag policy, disaster programs, conservation programs, marketing programs, and credit and loan programs for agricultural producers throughout the country. There are FSA offices that serve every county in every state. FSA has 2 faces to it. The farm program, or FP side, is the one that administers those programs for the commodities, disasters, conservation, and marketing. I work on the farm loan program, or FLP side of things. FLP is responsible for administering credit to farmers. The Farm Service Agency is known as the lender of first opportunity. We make direct and guaranteed loans with the goal of promoting, building, and sustaining family farms in an effort to support and stimulate the agricultural economy. Our various loan programs exist in order to serve those who may not be able to get commercial ag credit for one reason or another. These reasons could be lack of experience, lack of financial resources, economic or weather disasters, or a number of other items that may limit the farm's ability to get credit elsewhere. Once upon a time, FSA was referred to as the lender of last resort instead of the lender of first opportunity. This has changed over the years as we continue to support more and more beginning farmers and ranchers from various backgrounds and situations. FSA provides funding in 2 ways. With direct loans, FSA makes and services the loans directly to you as the producer. FSA is the bank in this situation. You will apply with and work directly with FSA throughout the life of the loan. We provide what we call supervised credit, which I'll go into more detail about shortly. Guaranteed loans are when FSA works behind the scenes with a conventional lender to reduce the amount of risk that the lender has when making a loan. So if perhaps you don't meet their underwriting criteria, or they would normally consider your situation or your farm too risky to make a loan, FSA will act as a behind-the-scenes guarantor for the loan. In the event of a loss to the bank on your loan, FSA will reimburse the lender for up to 95% of any loss they incur. This makes it much more attractive for them to lend to you as their risk of loss is significantly reduced. You as the producer will work only with a commercial ag lender. The lender provides funds for the loan and services the loan throughout its life. This is a quick overview on the succession of FSA loans and how in an ideal world you would work your way through our system. You can start borrowing from FSA as early as 10 years old with the youth loan program. Then you could move to the microloan program and work your way up to our regular direct operating and farm ownership loans. Once you've gotten into a better financial position, you would work with a conventional ag lender using the guaranteed loan program and eventually get yourself into a strong enough financial position to be able to obtain your credit needs from a conventional ag lender without the use of FSA's credit programs. There are generally 2 types of direct loans that we make. Farm operating loans are loans for up to $300,000 with terms of 1 to 7 years, and you must have managed a farm for at least 1 year to qualify for these loans. Operating loans may be used for the purchase of livestock, feed, refinancing farm debts, equipment, soil and water conservation practices, farm reorganization, annual operating expense, or minor real estate repairs and improvements. Farm ownership loans are loans up to $300,000 for the purchase of real estate or major construction. These loans have terms of 15 to 40 years depending on the size of the loan, and to be eligible for these you must have managed a farm for at least 3 years. Youth loans are a form of an operating loan made to somebody who's participating 4-H, FFA, or other ag clubs or groups that want to start their own small agricultural enterprise. FSA will loan up to $5,000 for an income-producing ag project. The project must demonstrate the ability to repay the loan, and the youth must work with an adult mentor that will oversee the project. Microloans are a relatively new program to FSA that have been very popular since they came out a few years ago. They're loans that are made for up to $50,000 and have reduced paperwork requirements and reduced verifications when compared to our regular loans. We limit the amount of collateral we take, and a mentor can be used in place of regular experience requirements. Microloans can be used for all the same things as regular loans in both the operating and farm ownership categories. Part of FSA's goal is to be a temporary source of supervised credit. With that, as I mentioned before, we lend to those who are unable to obtain sufficient credit elsewhere. As part of our supervised credit, we provide financial and technical assistance. We require our borrowers to keep accurate financial and production records. We may require financial or production training, and our ultimate goal is to get you as a producer to graduate to full commercial agricultural credit. Let's look at a few scenarios and how FSA might be able to help in each situation. Farmer 1 is a hobby gardener or vegetable grower that wants to start a farm and make a full-time occupation out of it. She has successfully been growing for family and friends, but now she wants to increase their scale and production to be able to sell her products for a living. She already owns productive land. Let's look at what Farmer 1 has. She has desire, she has ambition, experience, knowledge, some small hand tools and supplies, and she does have land. But what she needs is pretty much everything else. She needs capital to grow and expand into a full-time operation. She needs equipment, tools, and supplies. She lacks equity or savings, and she lacks historical information because although she's been producing on a small scale, she is technically a startup new farm. Farmer 2 has been a full-time farmer manager for an absentee owner of a cow-calf operation for the last 3 years, but would like to start his own farm and have the freedom and responsibility of operating his own place. He has some cattle of his own, but not enough to operate full-time. Farmer 2 also has desire, ambition, he has management experience, he has knowledge, and he has some livestock. But what he needs is, again, pretty much everything else. He needs capital to grow and expand into a full-time operation. And he lacks any equity or savings. He lacks historical information because although he has his own animals, he's been managing for someone else, so he is technically a startup, and he needs a facility. Farmer 3 has been operating her own dairy farm on a rented facility for about 5 years. She'd like to purchase her own farm real estate so that she can expand in size, increase her efficiency, and have more freedom in her facility changes and build equity, which she can't do on a rented facility. She has a herd that produces well, and she owns a small line of equipment, although both are highly leveraged. She's been unable to save her down payment on real estate. Farmer 3 has management experience, she has knowledge, she has livestock and equipment, and she has historical production and financial information. What she needs is capital to purchase the real estate and some additional livestock. What she lacks is down payment funds and savings for additional cows. 2 of the farmers need land or facilities. Columbia Land Conservancy could help those farmers out. But how could FSA help? For Farmer 1, she may consider a microloan, where we could lend up to $50,000 for equipment, seeds, fertilizer, supplies, etc. FSA in this scenario would do 2 loans, 1 term loan for equipment and 1 annual loan for the supplies and annual operating expenses. For Farmer 2, FSA would again do 2 loans. We would do 1 term loan to purchase livestock and equipment and 1 annual loan for feed, supplies, and other annual operating expenses. We could loan up to $300,000 on the regular loan program. For Farmer 3, FSA could provide regular operating and farm ownership loans. We could lend up to $300,000 for equipment, additional livestock, feed, supplies, etc. And we can lend up to $300,000 for real estate and major improvements to the recently purchased land. We can again do 2 loans, 1 term loan for the additional cows, and 1 longer term loan, or the farm ownership loan, for the real estate. If you would like to apply for an FSA loan, or if you would just like more information, I encourage you to contact your local FSA office. Your local loan officer would be glad to answer any questions you have or help you fill out a loan application.